This is the theater, bro. It's out in Oakdale. You know what I'm saying? I've been coming here for a long time when I lived out in Oakdale. So I'm leaving the theater, y'all. It's a little late. Hope I'm going the right way. So look, you can't really see me too well, but now I don't normally do. I rarely do movie reviews, right? But I got to do this one. I've been hearing about it, and you know, this is a very, this is a tech channel, but this is a pro-Black American channel, right? This is a Freedman channel. Sinners, I'm not gonna give y'all no spoilers. All I'm gonna tell y'all, Coogler, he stood on Freedman business heavy. I'm gonna tell y'all that. They stood on Black American business heavy. This is one of the best films that I ever seen, and I like how they really captured the South. I'll just say that. I'm not gonna say anything that's gonna spoil anything, but he gave us some classics. He gave us some major classics. So I would expect nothing less from this brother. Now, there's been spoilers and all kind of stuff like that. I'm not gonna give none of that away. There's also I seen an interview where this lady, she was kind of lightweight butthurt. Hollywood's lightweight butthurt because the brother got the Master P deal. Let me tell y'all something, man. When black folks start to get a couple dollars and they get what's rightfully theirs or what's earned, it's always a damn problem. They start asking us questions that they don't ask Steven Spielberg, and it's to be expected. The usual suspects at hand, of course. It's to be expected. So we can't start doing somersaults and backflips like we don't know. But man, they stood so damn strong on the lineage. You had all kind of folks up in there. You had all kind of folks up in there really trying to figure out, trying to sit down and folks was enjoying it. I went around about 6 o'clock and whatnot, came out here to Oakdale. I see why it ain't dropped, because of the art. There's been statements they said from Spike Lee saying, man, you created a new genre. Man, it was damn near like a musical. The music, man, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. If you say that wasn't a good film, you got a demonic spirit. You hating. You can't say that wasn't a good film. That was the most creative film that I've seen within the last 15, 20 years. And like I say, I'm extremely happy that they're keeping, foundational Black American freedmen, descendants of slaves history alive. I'm very happy that he was doing it that way. He made us proud, man. Coogler made us proud. Can't nobody say shit. That's absolutely up for Oscars and all that kind of stuff. Just the music alone was insane. So, I didn't get to finish my popcorn. It was way too much, a little salty. But like I say, man, I was very impressed. I was very impressed. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be doing a digital journal. I know y'all can't see me because it's dark out, but I'm gonna be doing like a digital journal. There's gonna be talking about a couple different issues. I probably 9 times out of 10, man, I don't know if I'll set up my podcast equipment on Friday night. I didn't get to get to the story time, so I'm giving y'all like a late night digital journal. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not late, but late enough. So, but just as a prequel, I was talking to a brother, I've been kind of working with over time. He watches the channel all the time. And basically, he kind of went through one of them situations that I had. I had been through this before, where, you know, oh, you're so damn qualified. Now, this brother got certifications up to yin yang. The position that he sent me was kind of some bullshit. And what I mean by that is, this is something he could do with his eyes closed. And they're like, well, we went with a different candidate because the right fit. Now, when you start talking about, when they start hitting you with that right fit stuff, I want y'all to understand what they mean by that. 9 times out of 10, they start hitting you with the flim flam. And when y'all watch this film, when y'all watch Sinners, you gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. Because I'm telling you, as a black American person, when you go into this corporate arena, y'all just keep on going. Yeah, it's a rainy night. It's past in the house, so I'm just gonna gotta go get some spaghetti and stuff like that for tomorrow. Man, look. When folks start hitting you with the right fit stuff, but oh, you're a strong candidate. You're strong. You're a strong candidate, but you ain't the right fit. I call cap. 9 times out of 10, they want somebody that they feel is just a better racial fit for the company. That's what that's all about. I'm not even going, you know, tie my tongue with that. I'm not going to mince no words. They usually want somebody white. If you're qualified, because you didn't apply, because you didn't need it. You applied because you trying to get some money. So there's a couple different remote positions that I heard of. There's a tech training position. There's an SEO position. I don't know anybody that does SEO, but there's like 4 or 5 remote positions that I just got emailed. And so I sent that over to the brother, and I sent it over to a couple of my homies and stuff. So like I said, y'all, this channel, I try to keep it tech as much as possible, but at the same time, we black. So we're going to be dealing with situations a little bit different than other people. And then, you know, this also serves as an archive. Man, it really is shitty when driving in Minnesota, man, in the rain. Driving in the rain, even when it's a little bit of rain, it's just your visibility, man, is just so janky. It's just not fun. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do a review. And I don't know why they're in the other line. These folks is crazy. First I thought it was me. I'm like, hold on. This dude is in the other lane. The fuck is you doing? Pardon my French. And then he got behind me. And these folks is crazy, man. I'm starting to wonder if the dude's drunk. He gonna get in my lane and then get behind me after I pass him. Like I was here the other day. Oh yeah, so I come out, I see a congregation of some young ladies that's just kind of standing around. I'm like, y'all like the movie or whatever? They're like, man, so they were talking about it. I should have stayed a little longer, talking more, but so I told them that's accurate. And I said, they standing on black American business. We gotta let it be known, y'all, that we have to let it be known that about our heritage. We can't be shy about that. You know, we spent a lot of time as kids focusing on, you know, world history, and that's good. But we really didn't learn as much as we should have learned about our heritage here for the last 400-500 years. Or 300 plus, or whatever you want to call it. We didn't focus on that enough. And so now we're standing on it real tough. Wish you would cut these damn lights off. We're standing on it super tough. we're spending our time and resources learning about what happened to our folks these last couple 100 years. And I was telling them about, I said, well, you know, I got family on my dad's side that was from Mississippi, and then my mother's side, Tennessee and Kentucky. So they're like, oh, this wasn't a hoax. So the black girl, you could tell, I don't know where her people was from. I'm not sure where her people was from, but most of the folks she was around, some of them, there was a couple mixed girls and stuff. So some of them, they wasn't black. And I'm not sure if they was freedmen, because the fact that she asked that question, I was kind of like, so I'm giving her the rundown of Mississippi and everything a little bit of the South, because she obviously, like I said, I don't know where her people was from. She looked like a black American, but the question she was asking, I said, man, I don't know. So I'm telling her, I said, look, I gave her a couple little rundown of stories and stuff. And see, that's what's important when you get people out of the theater and they're standing in the hallway discussing the movie. It was a lot of young people in there. Seeing a couple Somali folks up in there. You know, black folks gonna pop out anyway. You know, but this is it's another win, because people can start going back into history and looking back into those places, Mississippi and things of that nature. These are pioneer states. These are things that black folks have done that are pioneering. They pioneered the blues and pioneered all of these things and pioneered this culture, Delta blues and all of that. Wouldn't be no R&B without the Delta blues. So I was kind of telling her about a little history and whatever, and then I just kind of moved around or whatever. He's got them thinking. I could have stayed long and talked, but I said, you know, quick little 30-second overview. And yeah, so we'll get into that tomorrow. This too damn bright. I don't know why this dude still got his lights on, but I'm gonna upload this in a minute, y'all.